Hello and welcome to today's video on diminished triads in root position. At this point, if you've not watched the previous video on major triads, I encourage you to watch that video now, as these lessons are intended to be watched in sequence. If all triads are built using a root, a third, and a fifth, then a diminished triad is built specifically using a root, a minor third, and a diminished fifth. A close look at the difference between the C major triad and the C diminished triad will show us that while both are built using the same root, the C diminished triad has had its fifth and its third lowered by a chromatic semitone. The G that was used to create the perfect fifth in the major triad becomes a G flat to create a diminished fifth in the diminished triad. Similarly, the E that was used to create the major third in the major triad becomes an E flat to create a minor third in the diminished triad. The difference sounds like this. An easy way to remember how to build a diminished triad is to start with a major triad and then lower the fifth and the third by a chromatic semitone. The next example we will look at is an F diminished triad. We will start with an F major triad and then lower the fifth and the third by a chromatic semitone. The A and the C in the major triad will become respectively A flat and C flat in the diminished triad in order to create the minor third and diminished fifth. The final example of this video will be the D diminished triad. If we take the fifth and the third from the major triad, in this case the F sharp and the A, and we lower them by a chromatic semitone, making them an F natural and an A flat, we now have a minor third and a diminished fifth, creating our D diminished triad.